Hi everyone, this video is about the IAB SA PWC Online AdSpend Study 2022. We invite you to participate in this very important IAB SA PWC Online AdSpend Study. The agenda for this is we would have a PWC overview with last year's report and context for 2022, and that is by Eleanor Jensen from PWC. We would run through the 2022 survey questions and timeline by Sean Fazao, the IAB SA Research Council lead, and we invite you to ask us any questions after this video. The reason for the study is to ensure transparency, benchmarking, and measurability of digital channels. The 5 key priorities that are essential for the long-term health of the interactive advertising industry are for building brands digitally, for putting users first, for making measurement make sense, for publisher transformation, and for providing a trustworthy digital supply chain. This is the Research Council who are involved in the online ad spend study. And this Research Council is headed by Sean Fazao, the Global Strategy Partner of Wavemaker Worldwide, who heads up the council and leads this very important project. Supported by Oresti Patricius, the CEO of Ornico Group, Daleen Muller, the Commercial Manager of Media24, Karen Duchesne, the Chief Growth Officer of Kantar, and Angelique Amado, Client Service Director of Nielsen. Further supported by Karen Phelan of AMF and Karen Phelan of AMF and Eleanor Jensen of PWC. These are the previous participants in our online study from 2021. So we pass you over to Karen Phelan from AMF to say a few words on behalf of the AMF.
Hi, everyone. The AMF board has approved the questionnaire and endorses the study. The AMF board requests that all AMF members take part in the study to ensure that the results are representative of the entire industry. The report is vital in enabling the industry to quantify the size of internet media revenue in South Africa and is currently the only survey to do so. PwC guarantees the confidentiality of all data submitted. I'll now hand over to Eleanor.
Hi, everyone. So the objective of the study that PwC and the IAB work together on is really to quantify the size of the internet media revenue market in South Africa. So the PwC has been working with the IAB for the past 12 years, or since 2012, so almost 10 years, in preparing this study. It's a study that really looks at both the publisher and the advertiser side, as well as certain brands, and it's based on actual figures. So the reason why it's based on actual figures is because we believe that that's really an accurate representation of the size of the internet advertising market in South Africa. So it's a survey that's sent out, an Excel survey. This is then returned, it's sent out by PwC, and this is then returned to PwC directly, and that forms the basis of the results. Next slide, please, Sean. So what are the benefits of you participating? Well, obviously, you'll have an improved understanding and some knowledge of the SA market. The more people that participate, the more we are able to elaborate the survey, so to give you a more granular level of detail. It can assist you and your board in decision-making, as well as your clients. It's evidence, because it's based on actual figures and not forecast, of trends that are really focused on our local market and on global trends that are forecasted with local figures. And it really gives you a great comparison, or improved comparison, of the size of the online advertising market in South Africa in comparison to other advertising markets. Next slide, please. So Sean, you can just page through some of the next slides specifically or generally. So this is just an example of the report that was released in the prior year for the 2020 results. If you do want to access a copy of this report, please reach out to the IAB directly. But as you can see, it has quite a lot of information and has been very well received in the past in terms of providing the market with a breakdown of these various categories. So the last thing perhaps to touch on from my side is just a confirmation that your information will be treated with the utmost confidentiality. It is never shared with any of the IAB or any other participants. It is only shared as a consolidated format similar to what you would actually see in this report. If you do have any concerns around confidentiality, please do feel free to contact me directly. I'm happy to have a discussion to address any of your concerns. Thank you, Sean. I'll hand over to you.
Great. Thanks, Eleanor. Sorry, let me maneuver my way around the screen here. So 2022. So for everyone who participated in the last year, you would remember that we did quite a significant redesign of the question from 2029 up to 2021, with the sole purpose of trying to get more granular level of reporting, more accurate levels of breakdown, and really start to create a survey that is more useful for all of our participants. And so building upon that, we've decided that we will keep the survey the same based on the good feedback we received from the previous year, with some small tweaks, and those tweaks are mainly just around including some more category verticals. So we have some more verticals to report on in terms of spend per category. But other than that, the report remains consistent, which also allows us to continue trending on the previous year's data to get some of that insight over the years. Right, so taking you through the report, once again, you will receive the report in an email from PWC. It will be fed back directly to PWC. So once again, none of that reported data, that raw data, will be seen by any member of the IAB Council. It all goes directly to PWC. They aggregate it, they develop the report, and what is delivered to us in the industry is this consolidated report. So in the introduction section of this survey that you will see, I just want to point out that it's important that you report on your figures ending the 31st of December 2021. So from the 1st of January 2021 to the 31st of December 2021, that is the year in which we would like you to report on, please. Question 3, we're focusing on all of the net spend. So we just want the actual amount of investment that's after discount, after early settlement, after agency commission. The actual net amount of money that was paid is what needs to be reported on. We're not distinguishing between gross and net, we're just focusing on net. So the first question is to please give us what is that net internet advertising spending number of the year 2021 in rands, and that is the only question where you'll have to fill out anything in rand value. The rest is all percentage value. Question 1B, we then ask you to give us a percentage breakdown per medium, and so we've broken down mediums as follow. So paid social, firstly, this includes all of your social channels and all of the formats on social. So it would be static, carousel ads, story ads, video ads, whatever it might be, takeovers, whatever you do on social that needs to be recorded as part of paid social across all of the social channels. So Facebook and Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, whatever social channel you use. And the second line there then is your percentage internet advertising spend on programmatic display, specifically on the open exchange. So we want to specifically see what percentage of of your internet ad spend goes to the open exchange on programmatic display? And then the third line, what percentage of your spend goes to programmatic display through guarantee or direct buys? Just so we can get a bit of a granular view in terms of where you have more of those kind of one-to-one relationships set up with publishers through programmatic versus where you buy kind of mass levels of inventory through the open exchange. The fourth element would then be display non-programmatic. So any kind of direct IO-based non-programmatic bought display, what percentage of your spend goes to that? Then video, and it's quite important that this is non-social, so please don't report on any Facebook or TikTok video spend here. This is non-social video, and that includes the like of YouTube, programmatic video, OTT or connected TV, any of those kind of opportunities as well. Then audio, we recognize that there's been quite a rise in audio ads. So where you've had the likes of a Spotify ad or a podcast ad or any audio ad on online radio, please do report that there. Paid search as well, I think quite clear. And then also report on any influencer marketing that form part of your internet advertising spending. Going to question 2, we try to get a further breakdown of your paid social. So here, of all of your total paid social spend, adding up to 100%, please break down your spend between the following 4 kind of categories. So Facebook and Instagram, as we mentioned last year as well, we'll keep this as one line to report on just because we know that most agencies also buy this in a consolidated way. LinkedIn, Twitter, and then other. And the other will most likely include the likes of a Snapchat and a TikTok. And the idea is, and if we see that there's been an increase in TikTok spend in the year thereafter, we'll most likely expand these categories to include a standalone TikTok column. But for now, anything outside of these 3 major platforms, please report that as other, all percentage-wise, making sure that those percentages come up to 100% of your social spend. Then question 3 is paid search. So here you'll see reporting on your paid search. Option A is what percentage of your paid search do you spend through Google versus what percentage on B do you spend through other search engines, be that a Bing or Apple search or Yahoo, whatever it might be. Wherever else you do have some level of other search spending, please give us that indication. And then the second section in this question, which is specifically for agencies only, is please estimate the percentage of your clients that buy search advertising directly from the source without using an agency. And this is just because over the past couple of years, we've seen a kind of increased trend of a lot of brands taking their search spending in-house. So we would just kind of like to get an idea of what percentage of your clients buy that search advertising directly from the source without using an agency. Question 4, we ask you the percentage of your media spend that is digital. So if you're a integrated media agency, most likely will have a smaller digital spend versus if you're a digital only agency. But please give us an indication of what percentage of your total media spend above the line versus digital is digital. Question 5, buying model percentages. So here we would just like to get an understanding of how do you buy digital media. So we have 4 specific elements that we look at. The first is performance-based. So what percentage of your digital spend is performance-based modeling, buying models, sorry. And that would include if you buy on a cost per click, a cost per view, a cost per acquisition, a cost per lead, a return on ad spend. So any of those bit more performance-oriented metrics. The second is what percentage of your spend is impression-based, so cost per thousand, CPM bought. And then the third element is what percentage of your buying is at fixed cost. So that would be a cost per unit, fixed cost per insertion, anything like that that is fixed. It's not related to impressions or any type of performance. The 6th question gives you an opportunity to give us some comments and feedback on the survey. And this is quite important we do take this into consideration when looking at the survey each year, if we need to redevelop, rethink the way we do this. So it's really important for us that you share your thoughts on the survey. Is there something else you would like to see in it? Is there something you would like to see different? It's all really helpful for us. Then question 7 is the main question that got some adaptation this year. Last year was the first time we actually included question 7, which gave us a rough breakdown on digital spend per category. We decided to increase the size of the list here, just because there were 3 or 4 additional categories that we thought were missing in the previous survey, so we've included them. So in this question, if you can give us a percentage split of your digital spend across the following categories. So alcohol, drinks, apparel and footwear, appliances, automotive, B2B, beauty and personal care, electronics, energy, gas and fuel, which is a new category we've added this year, finance, FMCG, food service, gaming, government is also something new we've added in this year, health and wellness, home care, luxury goods, media and entertainment, NGO, a new one as well, pet care, retail, telecommunications, which we've also added in as a new one, toys, and travel and hospitality, adding up to 100%. And in our survey last year, it really helped getting these numbers to start to reflect a bit of the spend across the categories, and helping us be more transparent in that way as well. Then just all the formal stuff. So please do make sure that you complete the company data verification when you complete the survey. So we need this to make sure that this aligns with all of our records, and also we need this to ensure that we don't actually look at duplicate submissions. So the name, the title, the email address, and the date of the person who completed this. Then also just some information for record purposes. So the name of the CEO, the name of your head of digital, the name of the person responsible to complete the survey in your organization, and any other persons that you think would benefit from receiving communication with regards to the survey within your organization as well. Then lastly, another section for feedback. We just asked you a couple of quick questions. So was the survey easy to complete? Yes or no? Was the information easy to obtain? Yes or no? Will you continue participating in the future? Will you encourage other agencies to participate? Did the survey cover the areas that you expected it to do? And then what suggestions to make it more user-friendly, information you would like us to include, and any other comments? And then to mention again, once you've completed the survey, please email the spreadsheet to the independent PWC email address, which is za_iab.survey@pwc.com. Once again, just reiterating that only the PWC team has access to this raw data, and they treat it in that way, in that confidential way as well. So just to reiterate on the timeline, so we're circulating this video on the 23rd of February with a deadline for along with the survey as well. Deadline for submissions is the 18th of March, so please do get cracking on those submissions, and please do reach out, and I'll talk to that a bit later if you have any questions. Then we'll assimilate the data and it'll be reviewed by PWC on the 13th, by the 13th of April. It will then go into reporting and insight development between the 11th and the 26th of April, with final report design happening end of April, start of May, and us being in a position to then launch the report and share that with the industry, or at least our IAB members, by the 12th of May. So if you do have any questions around the survey, if there's specific things you don't understand, or you want more information on, or if you haven't participated before and you would like to discuss the kind of survey and the need for this and any type of question, please do reach out to us. You can send your questions to adspendsurvey@iabsa.net, and you can submit your completed survey to, once again, za_iab.survey@pwc.com. And that is it. We look forward to receiving your submissions and putting out an astounding report again this year. Thank you.